Yep. Now we have to ask ourselves a question. And I'm sorry, guys, I'm doing videos like this. I'm just up. I'm in my feelings about the game. But a clear question has been in my head really for a while now. But it popped up once I seen, yup, it's over for the Rockets. Should Chris Paul stay with the Rockets? That's the question I would like to know. Should Chris Paul stay with the Rockets? Because a lot of people are going to be like, well, will the Rockets keep Chris Paul? That's what we should really be asking. Are you crazy? If anything, I think by Chris Paul being injured and not in these games, I think this was the best thing for his career. It clearly showed his values. If anything, it doubled his worth. It clearly showed without the general himself, the Rockets are the typical Rockets we know. High-scoring team, lack of defense mentality, and of course I did a video earlier saying the NBA is rigged, which I'm still standing my foot on that. It's rigged, guys. But there was a lot of clear-cut mistakes by the Rockets as well. The non-stop Mike D'Antoni offensive arsenals of heaving three-point shots, like when it's unnecessary and unwarranted. When you're up by that big of a lead, even if you are playing against the ref as well, I mean, at least take advantage and have strategic plays to give you high percentage shots. That's what I expected. More perimeter defense leading to more shots inside the paint. We didn't see that at all. Although the defensive side of things were good, but once they got in a fast break, it was like a quick shot three, man. What's going on, man? Trevor Ariza, where the hell were you during this game, man? Back to it, but Chris Paul solidifying himself as a floor leader, a general, a captain that's needed. The bravado that was missing on the Rockets team was clear as daylight. Although I love James Harden game, I also hate the other aspects of his game. You know, dismissive of certain teammates and passing when unnecessary, going for the high percentage shots instead of the easy shots that are right there, relying too much on the refs. For one of the first time in his career, he finally was not granted any easy fouls. You know, throughout his whole career, he's known as at least, you know, getting at least 10 easy fouls to give you good 10 easy points. So none of that was being given to him anymore. He had to now overcome that, which is hard for him. You know, it's hard to overcome a game style that's known to placate your way by just getting fouls. So when they're not being called your way, you revert to a adolescent's temper tantrum. Like, the tantrums weren't necessary, man. Trust me, even Reggie Miller and Chris Webber and Mr. Marv, they all seen what the refs were doing to you. We understand, bro. We understand they were cheating, but now's not the time to cry about it. The great ones overcame the bullshit through the refs. The great ones overcame that. They were trying to get the Piston bad boys out of here a long time ago. I saying them boys overcame that until the bettings of the Las Vegas was way too high, and, you know, the money was on Jordan and them. That's neither here nor there. That's going to be another vlog. And I guess Isaiah couldn't beat Las Vegas. That's a fact during that game, but we're not going to talk about that. That should have been the Pistons games. But anyways, back to this, man. Chris Paul has solidified himself by not playing in these games at all. Basically, those are virtues of absence in a captain that was supposed to be there for the Rockets. I've never seen an absence like that in floor leadership in a while, man. Although sports have been dwindling, like, you're always going to see a clear-cut leader in any type of team sport atmosphere. Where was the leader in the Rockets game? It's like whoever's hot, get the ball. And it was like hot pancakes. I don't want the ball. I don't want the ball. And if you did get the ball, there was no strategic. Let me forget all that. The only guy who did the most smartest strategic plays was one Tucker. Shouts out to Tucker, man. Other than that, why is Tucker your main three-point man? Can he knock down the threes? Yes. But I seen Tucker grabbing a rebound and running right to the corner of the floor to hit open threes, which he was not. He was not hitting them as well like he was doing the other games as well, man. He went for like 6 attempts on threes and only made 2 of them. You guys are going to say that's a good thing, but when you have your power forward slash small forward slash center going for threes majority of the time, when you have a team that literally lives and die by the three, they don't even die by the three. This team, the Warriors, literally live by the three. Rockets, on the other hand, are a team that live and die by the three. And clearly the threes weren't falling that much. Why not take advantage? I seen Gordon thinking more of an attack role, driving in there, but then he resorted right back to the typical three-point shot. When you're a team that's one-dimensional, That's shots at Mike D'Antoni I'm throwing, by the way. But when you're a team that's one, and then Dal Murray, you know, the GM. But anyways, when you're a team that's one-dimensional, what other altitudes of changing you can show that you can placate versus the other team's playing style, whether offensively or defensively? Where was the switch ups? What was the line change? Where was the switching certain personnels you had on that floor? You know what I'm saying? Just the fucking matchup of what Warriors arsenal of players that were throwing out. I'm sorry guys, my accent is just everywhere right now because I was eating the chocolate chip cookies and I had to eat that after the last video I did about the NBA being rigged. You see, I'm not even, well, I have the munchies right now. You need to smoke when you're a fan like mine. I love all Florida teams. You know how you got to suffer loving teams such as the Miami Heat? No offense, I can't complain anymore. LeBron, no pun intended, gave us a lot of rings, but Dwayne Wade gave it to us first. But anyways, you got to love teams like the Florida Marlins, you know, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I can keep going, man. Miami Dolphins. Oh, God. I've been a Dolphins fan since I've known sports. I'm not going to even... We had a soccer team here that used to be called Miami Fusion. They got the hell out of here. They got rid of them. Maybe I need to talk more about sports. I have a sports history that I'm scared to talk about because I think I'll emotionally shed a tear in front of you guys. I'm so deeply rooted in sports that all my videos are not really about sports, although my main views come from sports. Ain't that a coincidence? Maybe that's God telling me my callings. I need to talk more about sports. But this is a travesty, man. To see what happened to the Rockets, but the lack of leadership they displayed, man, it clearly leaves a reason. Should Chris Paul re-signs with the Rockets, and best believe me, guys, he holds all the cards here. Rockets don't hold anything. What does the Rockets have to give him? Last time I checked, James Harden was having a war of patty cake, I'ma slap your hands. You guys forgot that? I did not forget that. That still rubbed in my head. Could this be the reason they really lost in the playoffs? Because when you seen the general leadership that Chris Paul was talking to James Harden, you just seen James Harden slapping his hand like Mary Sue. We're going to say that. You know, the hand, that curve. We're not going to do that, man. We're not going to say it because we know how YouTube says that. But you're sensitive, James Harden. You're sensitive, man. I think there was a deeper... People are saying the general manager got rid of James Harden and Kevin Durant was mad and Russell Westbrook was mad. And it leaves a reason to believe who was really James Harden during that locker room vibe when the cameras weren't on. Like, let's just be honest. And I'm pretty sure James Harden knows he's God's gifts to basketball because he's a phenomenal player. You telling me when he was playing with Kevin Durant and Russell Westbrook, he had to played a back pedal to both of them when he was a superstar all his career. This man was number one national player of the year at high school, #1 ranking, #2 ranking. Depending whatever you pick, whether ESPN's or Rivals or Scott Sports Reports, whatever you want to go off. But this dude was always known as prominent. So when he got drafted that high just to play not even second, but third fiddle on a team like that in Oklahoma. I'm not trying to say nothing about them, but when you live in Oklahoma, the only thing that can help you live is being the champ, man. I don't think Chris Paul is going to sign again because he has to play with James Harden. And I know the refs were cheating, but goddamn, James Harden. Yo, Russell Westbrook, #2, bro. Clint Capella, you're going to re-sign and get the most you can get paid. But James Harden, I don't know, man. Chris Paul, man, he's out of here. Love your family, love your kids. Stay blessed. Like, share, and subscribe, man.